Good morning, world musicians. Fall 2021, I hope you're all doing well. I'm so terribly sorry that I cannot be there in person, but personal commitments have me in New York City for the first day of class. Hey, everybody, something called life, it happens. But hey, my name is Dr. Luis Fred, and I will be your instructor for Music of the World. I figured this would be a good opportunity for you to understand what are the components that are going to be making this class. Now, to understand Music of the World and what it is we do here, I'm going to play for you a video, and we're going to just simply skim through it very quickly, and it will give you a good idea what it is you are going to be doing in your time with me.
स्वर साधना कियो स्वर साधना कियो स्वर साधना कियो.
Okay. What you just saw was an example of Indian music, and specifically Palimpsest. This is the coexistence of the old with the new. That is actually an expression of Indian musicians utilizing a specific kind of raga, that is a scale. And you actually saw some instruments that are unique to them, such as the wooden flute. It's called a bansuri. Some that actually come from Latin America. One of the percussion instruments that we're using was a cajon out of Peru. Yes, it's quite the mixture. And of course, the piano. Now, the intent then of this class is to expose you to music traditions that are not associated with the West. So, ladies and gentlemen, how about we just very quickly skim through the syllabus so we understand how this class is structured? Very well. So, in order to do world music and do it well, you need to express yourself using basic music terminology. That is essential. Some of the compositions we're going to be covering require having a basic historical knowledge of the Caribbean, of the Indian subcontinent, and the Middle East. This class will require that you correctly identify compositions from these geographic areas. You're also going to learn the appropriate terms describing music compositions from those geographic areas. And lastly, you're going to do a writing across the curriculum assignment, specifically addressing socioeconomic factors that led to the creation of Rubén Blades Pedro Navaja. Now, the textbook that is used for this class is Jeff Taught Titans, that's Worlds of Music, that's the 6th edition. I recommend that you do the online edition more than the actual physical textbook. I do follow quite strictly the first unit, that's the introduction, I should say, to ethnomusicology. But from there on, I'm a little more, let's just sort of say loose in how I use the textbook. I like to cover things utilizing the modules. Now, the easiest way to look at this class is to look at it how I have it structured through either the geographic areas and modules. So, the introduction to Worlds of Music, we have to discuss a term called soundscape. That's going to be the Wednesday lecture. I'll be there in person, no worries. And then we have to go through the elements of music. What is music culture? The author of the book has a music culture model, and we will have to do graded assignments and discussions as part of this class. Now, when it comes to assignments, ladies and gentlemen, everything is well laid out on Canvas. You're going to see that the very first thing that's available to you is the exams. Exams in this class do require the Respondus lockdown browser with webcam. All examinations in this course are online. I want to be specific about that. And ladies and gentlemen, exams have a set amount of time in order to complete, and you must have submitted the test by the time it is required. Non-submission of an examination will earn you a 0. Please, zeros only look good on credit card statements. Let's keep it that way. Now, in addition to exams, you're going to find that we have graded discussions. Each unit has a graded discussion incorporated into it. The writing across the curriculum assignment that I mentioned when we hit Latin music, that's unit 4. And here are the 4 graded assignments. As part of this class, there's also a graded concert observation. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, I just would like to now discuss the ground rules for evaluations. So, people, and please, in other iterations of this class, I've had to do academic incident reports because students thought it would be amusing to attempt to cheat on an online test. Please, let's make fall 2021 the iteration of world music where we don't have to engage in that sort of a thing. So, unit tests are closed book. Now, it is important that students understand for evaluation that your computer must be in good shape. In other words, if you need to clear files, if you have all of a sudden a situation where you may think there may be a virus in your computer, make sure that is all taken care of before the test. Now, if you happen to live on a place where the Wi-Fi is spotty or awkward, my recommendation to you is that you come to the computer labs on campus to do the tests, okay? So each unit exams, it will be 12.5% of your grade. The concert observation is going to be an additional 5%. Now, this course does have extra credit opportunities. It has happened that I have students who have struggled with a specific unit in the exam, and they fell way short from the 75% threshold. That's the minimum that the College of Arts and Humanities requires in order to pass a test. If that's the case, I have something called a grade improvement plan. And yes, if you write a review of an activity, we can help you out by adding up to 10 points. People, that's the maximum to help out with your grade, and then it is to take it up to 75%. You just want to make that clear. So if you got a 72 on a test, that's a non-passing examination. If you do a GIP, we can take you only up to 75. Now, if you're in the D range between 61 and 70, those 10 points are going to come in handy, okay? Now, there are also some graded assignments that you have to do. Now, folks, thankfully, most people turn in their assignments on time, but I do happen to have always that 5% that likes to do things always procrastinating or on the late side. There's a 20% deduction for a late assignment. And I will only accept the late assignments 3 days after they're supposed to be due. After that, I'm sorry, the assignment is closed. Please, people, let's abide by the norms. The same apply to graded discussions, okay? Now, we do have in this course students that participate in music ensembles that tour and or athletes. If you are engaged in a university-sanctioned event that's going to take you out of town for a scheduled exam or assignment, you must let me know in advance so I can make appropriate arrangements for you to make it up. Please tell me in advance. All right? And there is the written policy. Now, please, for Music of the World, let's arrive on time. Let's make sure you've done your completed reading and assignments before class discussions. Set your phones to off, ladies and gentlemen. You know, all I'm asking is 50 minutes of your time. And of course, if we all talk at the same time, that creates chaos. So let's refrain from unrelated conversations. Now, people, the current pandemic and the situation that we're in may prompt the university to have to change modality of courses. As of today, when I'm doing this video, that's not the case. But if that were to happen, please consult your syllabus for the Zoom classroom etiquette. Now, there have been moments when the pandemic broke out that we had to do it. I don't think this will be the case, God willing. Anyways, now, I am truly looking forward, ladies and gentlemen, to taking this trip into these geographic regions, checking out the music, just diving into the culture. And there's something amazing that happens when people share music. And it's something unique because it is an expression and a level of communication that it's on an entirely different level. So I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. If you like more information about me as a musician, as a performer, well, people, on the introduction, you're going to see that there is an about your professor. What I tell you about my life on stage, 32 years, as a matter of fact, before UCF hired me, and you can actually see what it was that I did. For the most part, I was a professional trombonist engaged by symphony orchestras. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be a great semester. I'm truly looking forward to working with all of you. And please, everybody, let's stay safe and let's stay healthy, okay? Armor up nights. Let's get those vaccinations and those masks. And hopefully we'll beat this Delta variant and it'll be a thing of the past. Everybody take care, God bless, and stay healthy.